All right, Chase from Sorcery Contested Realm. I'm here with Adam Ray, second place finisher in our championship event. So what was the deck you were running today?
I was running Avatar of Earth. Can we call it Pound Town?
Maybe, let me check on that one. But so what was the idea you had behind this particular deck that you're running?
So I would say that my idea, at least for running it in this event, was Avatar of Earth is a pretty safe avatar to play, and I didn't have a whole lot of time for preparation. It's probably the most aggressive deck that you can play at the moment. It uses both the Earth element and the Air element. Earth gives you access to big, beefy minions, and just cards like Overpower and just lots of damage, while Air gives you the mobility and I would say versatility to get that damage into your opponent's face early and consistently.
Now we're going to have your game up on our channel, so you can watch that final game. For a lot of people getting into the game, they start with the pre-constructed decks, and the Avatar of Earth is a fan favorite. It can be a little bit challenging for people to get used to the tempo and rhythm of playing that individual avatar. Any tips for people who are just getting started on how to maximize their potential with that avatar and play like a veteran of the game?
Yes. So a common mistake that people make while playing Avatar of Earth is not being aggressive with your avatar. To be honest, that's a common mistake that a lot of people make with all sorcery decks. Don't forget that your avatar can attack and do damage, and that can win you the game in certain situations. As Jarrett, aka Angerworm, can attest, he used his avatar very well against in our match. He took advantage of my slow start and came in with his avatar with his Death Speaker just to deal a couple of extra points of damage, and that ended up ultimately getting him the win because he had that perfect amount of damage to get me to death's door. So don't forget, Avatar of Earth is a powerhouse only if you use it, attack with it. Don't leave it back on your back row. Make sure you use your Earthquakes, your Atlas Wonders, your Rift Valleys to position your opponent's sites within your territory so that you can start going to Pound Town.
Well, a lot of times they're building our decks. You're building for a championship, for a tournament here. How are you thinking about the pieces that are going into your deck? Are you trying to build for late game, for early aggression? Are you trying to go for a balanced look? Do you try to skew really hard? What goes through your mind when you're actually trying to put together a list that you know you're going to be facing some of the top competitors that we've got in Sorcery right now?
That's a really good question. So with Avatar of Earth, or just in Earth Air in general, a lot of people, they'll try to build a deck with life gain like heavily in mind, so they'll play with Divine Healings and with the Vampire that heals you every time it strikes. So in my particular deck, I do play with a couple of Divine Healings because it's a 1 mana spell. The Vampire is a 5 mana cost minion. It's sort of a late game play that most of the time comes out when you're already on death's door, if it's going to help you. Or if you're not on death's door, you're in the lead, you're up ahead. You probably just want more Grapple Shot, more Common Sense, or even Gigantism, which I don't play. And that's another spell I don't play because it takes a certain setup. And usually with Avatar of Earth, you only really want 4 to 5 sites out. 4 if you have a core, and 5 if you don't. Because you want access to 5 mana so you can play your Atlas Wonders, you can play your Earthquake, you can play your Whirling Blades. So it's very important to remember, Avatar of Earth is really good when you use it to deal damage quickly and finish your opponent off before your opponent can set up with the Death Dealer combo with the Nimbus Djinn or anything of that nature. So just remember, you're not really looking at surviving until turn 10, 11, 12. You're trying to kill your opponent before then.
Well, and one thing I want to add here is that we're really proud of the turnout for this event and the way people played. Tactically, I saw a lot of brilliance in your game. We're really excited to showcase what you did. Second thing, I think we saw a lot of sportsmanship here. So I just want to congratulate you on your performance, but also being a role model for the rest of the community and the great stuff you did there. So thank you so much. And we're going to throw your list down in the links below. We'll talk more about that in the future as well. We'll go into a little bit more deep dives. And congratulations again on your performance today.
Appreciate it.
All right.
See you guys.